Well, good evening, everybody on YouTube. This is Sparky Mike. Welcome to Demonoid Drifter channel. I guess I got nothing better to do tonight than kind of worry about my fish tank and the lack of, I guess, good equipment or replacement equipment gave up. So I'm aerating everything I can and keeping things shut down so I can get a lot of air through this and keep it from overheating, but still keep everybody kind of happy and alive. And so one of my clients and subscribers wanted to know about how I do quick, easy water changes and why it isn't a pain in the ass. And for me, I just kind of wanted to show him and maybe everybody easy peasy water changes. So basically what I do, sorry about that, I gotta go in here. What I do is I have a water system, which is pretty extensive. My drinking water, and then it goes back through deionization after the RO, basically RO water, deionized up over the ceiling, of course, to two 55-gallon barrels. I collect the wastewater and try to make use of it, pump it outside, so on and so forth. And then I have the good water back in the corner, which is deionized water, which I use for fish and other needs. That runs to a pump, which has a hose. Occasionally fill replacement evaporated water in a 5-gallon barrel, and to trigger basically a relay to refill the whole system, which is off of a float switch placed in the deionization barrel. Once that triggers, it shuts the system off. So this will trigger and untrigger the system, make it refill. There's the pump to shoot it through the hose and shoot it out here. So all I have to do is grab the hose, pump out however many gallons I want in my new frag tank with custom made light, which I think I showed the other day, but not the finished light. Frag tank, newly aquascaped and newer baby, and broken chiller, which I'll probably get into Monday or Tuesday again with chiller replacement. But back to the main story. Basically shoot my water out here, refill the reservoir, whatever I need. I have it with a big giant junk Ecotech pump that I fixed, modified, got it to work again. I trust it no more than mixing my barrel of pre-mixed water, so it's thrown down in the bottom. The heat generated by this pump will heat 55 gallons up and pretty much lickety split overnight, even in here on the basement floor. So I also have two heaters, two 300-watt heaters thrown in there just to speed it up if I want to have water within hours, pre-mixed, ready to go, oxygenated, no salt crystals left in the water. These are both triggered off of a temperature sensor through the apex. The apex shuts off the pump at a temperature slightly lower than what I have my tank set at. So 77, I have it running 75.6 on the pump. It'll shut the pump off and recirculate the pump, keeping the water warm. If the water's, I should say, colder than that, then the heaters will kick on. Or the heaters will kick on to speed up the process, and then the pump takes over for the heating and the mixing. At that point, I also have a little tiny pump down in the bottom of this barrel, a little submersible. That's 320 gallons maybe, running through a little 1/2-inch hose here out of the barrel to a flexible hose that I can either recirculate or refill my main sump barrel with as I do water changes. Now when I do water changes, I have it set so to make it speedy, I use a hose. One of them vacuum hoses. I like having crushed coral on the bottom of my tank because it does collect detritus, because I don't use socks in my system. Socks are too fine, I believe, and catch coral food prematurely, not letting the corals get the food. starving the corals, blah blah blah. Never worked for me. So I use a long hose that I run clear into the bathroom and throw in the bottom of the tub. To start a quick siphon, I learned this from a fish store guy years ago. Stick the tube into the water, get the thing full of water, turn it up, start the water going down but keep the tube below water level, and it almost starts the vacuum for you as long as you keep water going into the tube, fully submersed, and you're good to go. You're on. I have it marked on the tank. 2 buckets in this tank, 4 upstairs. Makes a total of 40 gallons. I pre-mixed 45 gallons in almost a fully automated barrel. Self-heating, self-pre-mixing, and is ready to go within hours to 1 day. Make it super simple. Simply run the water down the toilet or the tub and refill this. Takes me, I'll bet, 30 minutes. I think I've completed one kind of quick vacuuming the tank out. I've done it in as quick as 20 minutes, simply draining out almost 40 gallons out of the main sump and a little bit out of this tank for a quick water change, almost an emergency. So, if I take my time and real delicate and do a real good job, maybe 45 minutes. But super quick, speedy water changes in a 300 gallon system. I think total of 275 gallons of actual water. There you go. Have a great night. Take care. Subscribe, thumbs up if you wish, and happy reefing.